Hey guys, if you're wondering why our corn here looks a little shredded, and no, it didn't just take a bunch of pre-workout, well, we're gonna find out what exactly happened to this crop and what we can do to make it bounce back. And welcome back to the field. We're out here taking a look to see how this corn is doing, but in my opinion, it looks like it's taking a beating and it's looking a little rough in spots. So we got another expert out here with us, Dan Anderson from Pivot Bio. Hey. Thanks for coming out here with me, Dan. Tell me a little bit about Pivot Bio, what you do.
So for Pivot Bio, I'm the territory sales manager covering this part of the valley here and part into Minnesota. So I work with growers and I work with sales reps on our products and proper placement of them.
Right. So can you tell me what's going on with our corn here? Because it didn't look like this the last time I was out here, and it's looking like it's in a little bit of rough shape.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of storms coming through the area. As you can tell, we're pretty wet out here. And this corn obviously got hit with some hail here recently.
Yeah, I mean, there's some leaves like this where it's completely destroyed almost. I mean, is a crop like this able to bounce back from this kind of damage, or are we looking like we're in trouble?
So at this stage of the corn, I mean, anytime you damage a plant, there's always the potential for some loss, but the corn plant hasn't flowered yet and it hasn't started pollinating yet. So we've got probably a very good chance for this plant to come back out of it.
So we still got a lot of growth left. I mean, this corn back here, why is it head height, but this corn up here is waist height?
So it's a good question. If you look behind us here, we've got a draw coming through here where we've got a lot of wet ground. The other thing I noticed is that we're right on the headlands of this where there's a lot of machinery turning around, parking, where we probably got some compaction also going on.
Okay, so the harder the ground is, the harder it is for the roots to grow down and return the plant growing up?
Right. So you're just not going to get the penetration down deeper where a lot of them nutrients, because it's rained, a lot of that nitrogen is moved down into the soil profile.
So is that why as we look off in the horizon, the corn is a lot taller than it is closer to the road?
Basically, we're pretty saturated spot right in here.
All right. So how much more growth do we have to go until we start seeing some corn or tassels on these plants?
Yeah,
so close, or do we got a while to go?
So what I'd probably have you do is just pull out a stem here once. You pull this out right here. We're going to see where the tassel's at. So we got a couple leaves there.
A lot of leaves in there.
Yep. So there it is.
All right, so we're getting close.
So we're not too far away from the pollination of the plant where the flower of the corn is going to come out and the ear will start forming, and we'll get the silks in that ear, and this will pollinate down and catch those silks. And if you look across the field, you notice some upright leaves, like they're starting to come there. That's basically where that tassel is going to start shooting up.
So the size of the corn is already predetermined long before it even comes out, say like early June?
Right, so at a certain stage in the corn plant, it's already determining the size of that ear at a young stage.
Okay.
So then the next critical part is every one of these kernels has got a silk coming to it. And so let's instance, we had this ear coming up and you had silks off of there, and we were to get a hailstorm at that point, it could damage those, which would cause that ear not to probably form all the way. So
in a way, if we were gonna get hail, it's a good thing we got it at this stage versus another month down the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's never a good time to get hail, but getting it at, not during that silking stage is probably a critical thing.
So do we have any cobs on here? I mean, could we find where the little one is right now? Oh yeah, that's some good old 6-footer right there.
Not completely yet. We could cut apart a stalk here and look down it. There's the beginning of that little ear right there. You know, this is where this corn's at now. Obviously, this corn's from last year in the fall, but within another 60 days, we're going to see more full ears like this.
Yeah, there we go.
You can see it is microscopic.
Yeah, they're just tiny little knots.
Tiny right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. You can see the little tiny kernels on there.
Yep.
And that's going to go from that to this.
Yep.
In just a couple months.
Yep.
Marco! Where's Polo? I swear to God, if you left me out here again, I'm gonna be really mad. Swear to God, if there's f***ing spiders, not gonna be a happy camper.